Hello lords and ladies, welcome back to Cartoon Hangout, your place for all things cartoon. And today that means 2 new episodes of Adventure Time, more specifically the first 2 parts of the Stakes miniseries. Since part 1 leaves off on a cliffhanger, I decided to lessen my workload by combining both episodes into one video. So the Stakes miniseries is probably something many Adventure Time fans have been waiting for, because it's supposedly going to shine a lot of light on Marceline, which is ironic given episode 6 cliffhanger. Now at first the opening to episode 6 kinda confused me, as I thought it was a flashback due to Marceline's shorter haircut, but after a few minutes of confusion, I was fine. The decision by Marceline to cure herself of vampirism honestly seemed a bit sudden to me. I guess she finally gotten tired of not being able to handle sunlight.
SPF 10 million. I have exactly enough to reach my umbrella.
It turns out that Princess Bubblegum has the means to cure Marceline, but it has an unforeseen side effect. One that initially looks like Marceline going around sucking the blood from the local livestock, which drives the villagers to a riot. Now from past episodes, I believe that Marceline only sucks the red out of objects and doesn't directly drink any blood, so I was a tad bit confused when it looked like she had done that. But what happens in the end of episode 7 shines some more light on that. While episode 6 leaves off on a cliffhanger, episode 7 is mostly a hodgepodge of moments from Marceline's past. The one with Simon, aka Ice King, really wasn't that enlightening, as we are only shown him leaving Marceline. The interesting flashbacks involve Marceline's mother.
Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting right there where you left it, lying upside down.
Although we only get a brief look. I think this is our first look at her mother, unless that was briefly shown in a previous season that I had somehow missed. We don't get a name or anything more than that, so we'll hopefully see more information on her mom later in the series. But what's even more interesting is how Marceline gained many of her vampire powers. It seems that when she would slay a vampire, she'd be able to gain their abilities. Now, I don't know if this was revealed in any previous seasons. Like I said, I did miss out on most of 5 and 6. So, and maybe it was previously stated in 1 through 4, and I'm just forgetting it. I don't know. One such vampire she stole the abilities from was known as the Moon, and apparently was referenced in this episode as being slain. And apparently this actual fight was in the Adventure Time 2015 Spooktacular comic book, which was released in October. Now, I haven't read it myself, but for any Adventure Time fans who haven't already delved into the assortment of Adventure Time comic books, I highly suggest you do, as it seems that some of them are indeed canon. Now, we also get to meet some human characters. From chatter online, I'm seeing that this is seemingly confirming that there are a large number of humans that still exist on other continents, as episode 7 shows them befriending Marceline after a brief misunderstanding, but then later getting off the continent due to some big changes coming. I'm kind of hoping that we'll get to see and visit this plot point later in the future. Oh, and that revelation at the end is already making the Stakes miniseries an already great story right off the bat. Back to a human-demon hybrid, Marceline being cured has apparently returned the vampire she absorbed to undead life.
What the heck is this?
Things are gonna get good. It was just such an amazing 2 episodes. I was actually worried it wouldn't live up to all the hype it's been getting online, but so far that doesn't seem to be the case with these first 2 parts. When this show first started, it was usually just random episodes with events sometimes referenced in later episodes. But I think the show has slowly started heading in the opposite direction. At least that's what I feel, considering that they wrote this whole Stakes miniseries into the middle of the season. Marceline reverting back into a human-demon hybrid is already a huge shakeup for the series. But are you hoping to see any other big revelations in future episodes? Anyways, as I said, this was a really great start to the miniseries. More information on Marceline has been a long time coming, after seasons of slowly trickling information. Since this miniseries is mostly about Marceline, I don't really expect the other characters to play huge roles, but I'm still hoping to get some memorable moments out of Jake, Finn, and PB. Because Jake is currently with the Vampire King and his minions, I think it'd be interesting to see him be turned, considering his fear of vampires, which has apparently returned. What did you think of these 2 episodes? Let me know in the comments below, and also tell me what your hopes are for this story. Thanks for watching. Take care.